what you do. What do you do for all the humans? Let us know
Oh,
about
yes.
the leadership thing that you do, and where
Yes.
people can find you if they want to connect.
Yes. So they can find me on LinkedIn. Is my name, Dr. Marisol Capella. I have two services going on right now. I will say three. So the first one is I do immense or a very a combo of executive coaching. So that can be used for mindset, for leadership, or for a combination of both. I work with women and I help women lead with authenticity and up level their lives and their work or their professional lives. So that's one thing. The second thing that I'm doing is that I'm certifying other coaches. So if you want to get your certification, your coaching certification, I do have classes starting on August 22nd. And I'm currently doing the pre sale of my book, Leadership is a Responsibility, that is going to be launched in January 2023.
Are you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited.
How many books have you authored?
So, this is my second book. My first book was in Spanish and is a personal development challenge. So it's about finding yourself in 30 days. That I'm actually now I am editing and doing the second version of that. And this is my second book. This one is going to be in English. It's my first, well, I will say my second because my dissertation is kind of a book that
Okay.
I had to write for my doctorate degree. So maybe this will be my third book, but it's my first, I will say my second book out there is Leadership is a Responsibility.
Awesome. I love it. Are you excited about that?
Very excited.
What's the premise of it?
So the premise of it is the experiences of Black women and Afro Latinas in the workplace, and also guides and toolkits to become a more inclusive leader. I also have chapters that are dedicated specifically for women in the workplace. So challenges that women face from all races, and all backgrounds, but I have women in the workplace, Black women in the workplace, and Afro Latinas in the workplace, and then how to become a responsible and inclusive leader to make sure that these minorities can thrive in the workplace.
Yes.
Hmm.
I was going to ask you a question on that. Now I forgot what the question was. But super, super exciting. So, where can people find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn. It's Dr. Marisol Capella. And I also do posting in Instagram, but that's in Spanish. So my English content is usually on LinkedIn, but I do post bilingual content. So you may find an English post right next to a Spanish post.
How does that work for you? I was just talking to somebody earlier who's bilingual and the uncertainty of like how to post. Are you just kind of like whatever you feel like, or do you have a system that you go by?
There is the thing is that I have two different audiences, and that is tough to manage because usually you have one audience, one niche, and you want to feed content to the audience and solve that particular problem. But I am working with two audiences at the same time, and what I do is that I have a certain content that is for that audience and that need, and I have a certain content in English, and I just post there because some of my followers are bilingual, but people that follow me, they know that if I'm posting in Spanish, I'm usually posting about finding yourself, personal development, and all that great thing about personal transformation. If I'm posting in English, I'm posting about, coaching and leadership and more of the
Corporate.
corporate. I usually post in English for corporate and I post in Spanish for everyone, personal transformation. So I do kind of have a combination of those things.
Very cool.
Hmm.
I love it.
Hmm.
How long have you been in this arena, by the way? Personal development arena.
So personal development arena, I started, I would say, I don't know, 7 years ago. I started 7 years ago. I started with a Facebook page, and I was doing live videos every single day for a few months, and then that was in Spanish, and I was able to get like 40,000 followers in Facebook, and then I lost the page, and I was like, I'm done with social media.
Are you
I
serious?
lost the page and Facebook never recovered my page. So that was in Spanish, right? And I said to myself, you know what? I do have a following in LinkedIn. So I started posting content in English. But now that I'm an entrepreneur full time, I'm going to start posting more. But yes, I started in Spanish doing about personal transformation, talking about my own transformation, my own life lessons, and going through my own, development as a person. And then when I went and did my master's degree in leadership, and then I did my doctoral degree, and I started working, teaching at a university, I started posting about the content that I was discovering, teaching, training other people. So all of that content, I started teaching a little bit of that. So I started getting two audiences at the same time, but in two different channels, and now trying to merge both of them in LinkedIn.
I love it. I
Mhm.
love LinkedIn. It's becoming
I
one of
like
my
LinkedIn.
favorites.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn is great. Yeah, you meet so many great people. I met so many people on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Hmm.
What's one of your big dreams for your business?
My big dream for my business actually is to complete a retreat in June 2023. My dream is to go do a retreat, hopefully in Punta Cana. Well, not hopefully, it's happening, but I'm just very excited about it. So in Punta Cana, in Dominican Republic. So my dream is to get 30 women to sign up and do a whole personal transformation, leadership transformation training in Punta Cana next year. I'm excited. I love traveling. So this for me is great because I get to use my skills as a coach, my skills as a trainer, and then my passion, which is traveling. So sometimes you have to merge like what is it that you really like, put it into one package, and then work doesn't feel like work. You're actually enjoying the whole adventure.
Do you have a place that you're renting out? How are you doing that?
Oh, I've done it in different ways. So I've done it in villas, and sometimes I do it in resorts. So I've done it in the DR, and I'm actually going to Mexico tomorrow. I have like a whole training that I'm doing there from another company. But yes, I've done it in different segments. So, but for this one, it will probably be in a resort because it's Punta Cana. So if you go to other areas in the Dominican Republic, then it changes. If you go to Samaná, I prefer a villa for the whole training. If you go to Punta Cana, I do prefer a resort. So it depends. It depends as at the month, uh, as the time passes. I will see what's the best option for June. I'll probably have it all ready to sell in January after the book launches. So I'm excited for that.
Awesome. Absolutely. I love that. Well, it was so great having you on. Thank you so much for taking some time to hang out with us. Any closing thoughts or words before we wrap things up here?
So it was so great to talk to you. This is amazing. Love this space. Um, any closing thoughts that I have is that you can be multi-passionate. I will say that because sometimes when I'm coaching people, they tell me, well, I don't know if it's right that I have a passion for this and a passion for that and a passion for three things at the same time. I mean, like, I understand you people tell you all the time that you have to pick one thing, and it's good to become an expert in that one thing. But at the same time, if you are a different person who likes to do different things at the same time, I've done it. I've grown two audiences at the same time, one in English and one in Spanish. And I will say, people that are hesitant about doing things your way, sometimes you just have to try it out and see if it works. Maybe your way is the first way that people are going to look at, and then try to emulate what you did before.
Yeah.
So I will say, if you think of your life, that your life should be a different way, your work, your business, your audience building, whatever you're doing, you have a particular idea that you want to do that is not conventional. If you're not hurting anybody, go do it. And don't be so afraid of change. I will say that's my last thought for the day.
I love it. And I'm very much aligned with that. I think that I've definitely geared away from, not that I don't have a niche, I do have a niche, but I have lots of sub niches.
Hmm.
Uh,
I have
because,
something.
yeah, I do. I have several things that I'm interested in, several things that I appreciate, and people that I love connecting with and talking to and coaching. So and yeah, and I make it work.
Hmm.
You
You
know,
can make it work. I mean,
yeah,
if you like it, that's the most important thing, that you like what you're doing,
yeah,
because
100,
your audience is out there. Yeah.
100%, definitely.
Yes.
Well, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. I appreciate it. For anyone who's listening live or on the replay, make sure you reach out. Let us know where you are so we can send you some love. If you resonated with Dr. Marisol and all of the awesome things that she shared today, make sure you reach out to her. Her Instagram handle's actually right above her head area. And you can also find her on LinkedIn. Um,
Hmm.
if That's pretty much about it. So thank you so much for joining us here on Her Version. This community is expanding every single day and is filled with females who are striving to do better than they did yesterday. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow, like, and share. If you have an amazing story to share, I've struggled to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or at herversion.life. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I'm so grateful to be here sharing a platform that allows people to share their truth and inspire others. As always.